Hi, everyone. Today I'm with Kiko Mio from Japan, and I'm so happy to have her here today because she is with me in the ultimate raw vegan bundle. And when I saw the first photograph of hers from the actual bundle, it was a typical, to me, just the most incredibly beautiful, artistic Japanese scene. And I was just blown away. So, welcome, Kiko.
Well, thank you so much for the beautiful introduction, Doreet. I am so honored to be on this channel with you.
Well, for me, it's an absolute joy. So, Kiko, I want you to tell us something about yourself. Tell us something about. I noticed that in your book, their ebook on the bundle, you speak about a health crisis as well.
hmm Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'm only seeing myself. I just want to make sure that
Yeah,
it's
I'm
okay.
highlighting you. I'm
Oh,
highlighting you. You are my highlight for today.
thank you. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Miwa. So I have been on this raw vegan journey for the last 20 years or so. And I was go at that time, so it was 2004. I discovered raw vegan on the New Year's Eve on in 2003, and I was going through a health crisis, and I was trying to find a sustainable and healthy way to take in charge of my health because I felt like I completely lost myself at that time. Then New Year's Eve of 2003, I met my friend Hugo, now my close friend in New York City, and we were having a hot pot with my friends in Queens, and Hugo came a bit later with his raw vegan burger and chips in his hands, and he didn't touch any of the food that we were eating. And that was actually his birthday, December 31st. And my friend prepared cake, typical cake, birthday cake for him. And he didn't even touch a thing. And he just blew to wish his birthday. But he didn't even eat any part of our food and just stick with his raw vegan food. And that really I was thinking, what is this food? Why is he doing it? And he connected some dots, and that's how I discovered raw vegan food. In 2004, I fully became raw vegan at some point, and when I tried it myself, I just was so blown away how I felt so amazing and so light, and I just felt I was in line for the first time in my life. So, ever since then, I had like some ups and downs on being high raw vegan, sometimes fully raw vegan, and now I'm mostly uh, fully raw vegan. Yeah.
Can you explain to us what does it mean, raw vegan?
Oh, okay. So, raw vegan is basically we eat mostly, well, I eat mostly fruits and vegetable uncooked. So we don't heat up above 40, depending on who you talk to, but I don't heat up more than 40, was it 41, 42? I just use a dehydrator if I need to warm it up. And I also incorporate nuts and seeds. My favorite is chia seeds and walnuts for omega 3. And yeah, and then I eat some mushroom as well. Yeah, so
Now, you eat mushrooms, and have you at all created recipes with these mushrooms as well? I mean, can people look forward to in your book to find these recipes as well?
um, So my book, my brand new book called Namadō, I didn't include the mushroom inside of this recipe because it was my raw vegan journey, and I included 9 recipes in my book. The mushroom I didn't add, but I've added my daily food, raw walnut pate and chia seed berry parfait, which I serve at my weekly cafe in Kyoto downtown.
Wonderful. So, what would you say allowed you to actually go this route when everyone else around you was actually going the cooked route? Now, you are of a Japanese origin, so you're used to raw, and Japanese are used to raws. But when most people, when they hear raw, they think sushi. Now, in the actual raw vegan bundle, we do have many recipes for sushi, raw vegan sushi. So people think when they think of sushi, they think only fish. So do you think because of your Japanese heritage, you're more open to going raw?
Um, I don't think so. So when I started my raw vegan journey, I was living in New York City, and in 2004, mid 2000, there was like a hype of raw vegan scene. There were 2 very famous raw vegan restaurants there, and there were some restaurants that were serving some raw vegan dishes. So that was nice. But uh, sometimes when I meet Japanese raw fooders, they tend to include raw fish. I'm vegan, so I feel like it's quite different. We don't. It's not the same kind of lifestyle we have. But why I stayed on this raw vegan diet or lifestyle per se is because of my health condition. I had eczema, like severe case of eczema, and I also had ovarian cyst. And when I became raw vegan, the ovarian cyst completely disappeared, and that was just a miracle. And also, the eczema was almost like an instantaneous release. It didn't go away completely right away, but that it was so much easier to deal with before going on the high raw vegan lifestyle. I could not sleep. I was just constantly scratching all over my body, and when I wake up, usually I'm covered in blood. So I had tough nights, and so that I had to be on this diet.
And how about how soon after embracing the diet and really getting into it with the eczema, that's severe problems you had. You didn't have just eczema, it was severe. Could
Mm.
How long soon after did you find that the healing began?
The healing began right away, honestly. I like I mentioned, it took me a lot. I don't know how many years, but it took me a long time to completely go away. Or even now, actually, if I eat like heavy nuts or like let's say cashews, I don't. My body doesn't like cashew nuts, so if I do eat cashew nuts or certain kind of nuts, I have that reaction and I get like eczema, but not like how I was experienced like over 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago, it was just going wild, and I just could not control at all. And now I know how to adjust it.
This is extraordinary because there's so many people who are suffering and they have no clue that this has to do with one of the main parts of their lifestyle, which is their diet. So, had this fellow not introduced you to this, do you think because this was going to be a part that you've gotten to do anyway, or did you hear about it beforehand? So, when he introduced it, it was not something new to you.
That was completely new in 2003, December 31st. I have never heard such a diet. And I also asked my gynecologist because I just went through a surgery of removing that ovarian cyst, and I asked gynecologist, like, is there any way I can improve this situation, because it was coming back over and over. And she said, well, no, this there's nothing to do with what you eat. There's no correlation to it. So I was devastated that there's nothing I can do to taking control of my body. But then my friend, he said, he shared his story, and it was he has shared his transformation, that I had a belief in I can be in control of my body again.
That to be able to do that and to find that you are in control is huge. Most people think they're victims, of illnesses, of diseases. And it's interesting how the doctor told you it has nothing to do with your diet. So this is why I have this show. This is why I do this live stream called Being Healthy, because people do not realize that their own health lies in their own hands. And all they have to do is take their power back from outside sources. And what an incredible friend. This person was your angel, your guardian.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a look at what you are actually bringing to the bundle. This is something which I know this is you. I'm actually going to make sure that people can see this properly. Uh, this is what really attracted me when I saw this photograph at the front of your book. This is on the cover of your book. Can you explain to us what Namadō means, please?
Sure. Well, first of all, this photo was taken not too far from where I live. I live in the center of Kyoto, where Kyoto is surrounded by nature, and this is one of my favorite temple. I took this photo, and Nama in Japanese means raw,
Yeah.
and Do means path or journey. So in Japan, you might have heard of a Japanese tea ceremony or Japanese flower arrangement, and that's called chado or sadō for tea ceremony, kado for Japanese flower arrangement. We also have like judo or kyudo. There are so many do in Japan. And do means, once again, there is a path on journey. And this was a perfect title for me because I've been on this journey for over 20 years, and when I discovered this diet, I really felt like, oh my god, this is it. I found it. I found the solution to all, and I felt like I found a destination. But then, being on this lifestyle for 20 years, I found that this was not the destination, but this was the journey, path. And I have gone through quite a few stages in over 2 decades. And so that's why I chose this title for this, my first very book. My very first book had to be Namadō.
Wonderful. Do you also use Namashoyu?
Yes, it's very easily available. Yeah.
Wonderful. I mean, but in the book, I think you said you had 9 recipes in the book, correct? Do you use
Yeah, yes.
anything? Do you use anything with Namashoyu in there?
I don't think I use shoyu in that recipe. I think it was just a bit simple salt, pepper, and some herbs.
Great. So you're speaking about when you met him, he actually brought his own meal, and it was burger and fries, but living style, alive and plant-based. So this is one of my contributions. This is my contribution to the main book for the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. And these are my taro chips with a creamy chipotle lime dipping sauce. So you can make chips. Yes, everybody, if you're raw vegan, you can make chips. And the recipe for this is in the actual main book, the recipe book for the ultimate raw vegan bundle. And I'm going to show you some other things that you'll find there, some other specialties, some other really exciting things you'll find there. This is one of the photographs for the many, many sushi recipes in there. This is now you and I have something in common. I do not react well to cashews either, have a real problem. But if you're okay with cashews, especially if you're transitioning, you will love this. This is from the Chinese takeout, and this is all uncooked. I know it looks cooked, but it is not. This is one of the desserts that you'll find in there. And this is one of the soups you'll find in there. This is again from the Chinese takeout. And look at all the assortment. This, you'll get the recipe for this, which is, of course, you can see the pizza crust here. And you have so many sushi recipes in this. It's incredible. And then look at this. Can you believe this is uncooked? And it's excellent for you. Again, this recipe is in the bundle as well. And look at this artistic. This is one of my favorite ones. What's amazing about becoming a living foods aficionado is that you get to really use all of your talents. So if you're very artistic minded, so this is from one of the chefs in that bundle. And then, of course, we have this one I showed you before, and we have this one, which is my contribution. And so this raw vegan bundle is available only until the 11th of May. And all of this plus courses, we have courses in there like my course as well, how to successfully transition to a living food plant-based diet. And all of these, everything is only for $50. It's one time only. It will never, ever happen again. And you get not just recipes, but you also get a lot of information. Like there's information on hormonal health for women in there. There is also yoga. There is just so much in this bundle. There are many different chefs from all over the world. Very big influencers are on there as well. Here are, again, we have the Chinese takeout here and the sushi, all living foods. None of this is cooked. This is my course that I have in there, leading into plant-based living foods course lifestyle. And then, of course, there are more people. Now, what's amazing is that we're from all over the globe. This is a global bundle. It doesn't say so in the name, but it really, really is. But what is true for all of this, it's raw vegan. It's plant-based, and we have the most, see, this is the one I was telling you about on hormones. This is feminine harmony. This one is from the Netherlands. So there's just so much to look forward to in this bundle. And I am so glad that we were able to bring in some of the people who are in this bundle from all over the world so that you can really get to meet them and see why it is that they created this. Now, what is your intention with your ebook?
My intention is, I've been wanting to finish this book 20 years, because when I discovered it over 20 years ago, I felt, how did I not know this before? I mean, how is it not mainstream yet? And it was so simple. It was logical. It just, everything just made sense. And I was just thinking, like, how is something so simple and logical not available to people all around the world? So I said, well, I have a mission to share this story, what I have gone through. And I hope to reach out to someone like me who was in the dark, being told by their doctors that there's no way, there's nothing you can do. But no, there's so much you can do. The nature have it all. Nature is so perfect. So
yes,
that,
nature indeed is perfect. And I think that's really a problem that most of us are not aware of, that we've gotten so denatured, that we have moved away from nature. And this is why so many people have to end the day in a bar, drinking themselves into oblivion. This is why so many people come home and don't even greet their children. They're too exhausted. They just drop and just looking at the TV and become hypnotized by whatever is on that TV. And so it's really sad to me that this exists, because that this lifestyle exists and so many people do not know about it, that you can have vibrancy and health and healing and well-being all together and enjoy the food at the same time and become more in tune with nature, because we are not killing any of the nutrients nor any of the five elements that are in the food as well. And in fact, we are honoring ourselves, honoring our bodies, and honoring the fact that we're part of nature. All animals in the wild eat raw. They do not eat cooked food. When they're taken into zoos and circuses, and of course, part of the problem is that they are no longer in their habitat and they cannot roam free and their movements are restricted. But part of it too is that they're being fed cooked things. They're not used to that. Not only they're used to eating raw, but the freshest possible. They eat it on the spot, right then and there, straight from the trees. If it's a lion that eats an animal, it's straight from the animal. Most of the biggest animals, elephants, and all of the chimpanzees and uh, the actual monkeys, they're all like us. They have the same teeth, and they eat straight their fruit straight from the tree. And like you, I mainly eat fruit and seeds and nuts. And I eat seasonally. I eat very seasonally. So in the winter, I eat a lot more nuts, but they must be still in their little shells. So because the minute that we expose them to the air, they begin to get rancid and begin to spoil. And so I have gone through so many nutcrackers looking for the perfect nutcracker. Do you have one in Japan that you can recommend? I'm actually putting together a resource guide on my website. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I think in France, I'm back in Japan 4 years ago. And before this, I was living in France because my husband is French. And there, uh, it was much easier to find nuts in shells. Here in Japan, it's quite difficult. I mean, yeah, even if you find it, it's very small quantity. So yeah, we don't have many tools, but in France they had really good tools. Very
Yeah,
simple and yeah.
yeah, I lived in France too, yes, and there was no problem finding them there.
Mm.
Most countries you don't have a problem, it's just certain countries. And when I came to the United States, I was shocked that I couldn't find one. And people went, "But you have it shelled for you already. Why do you need it like that?" And I was so weird for me because I grew up with having to actually shell my nuts. I didn't even realize you could just buy nuts like that. And I started getting really sick. And because I started doing things the way things were done, in the United States, because people thought I was crazy to go the harder route. It takes too much time to shell the nuts. It's such a pleasure to connect with the nuts and shell it and pick it out and just look at it all coiled up in its little nest. And I think we do not have a actual sensory relationship with our food. We don't know when you touch it, what it feels like in the raw. We don't hear it. We can't even hear it. When you crack a nut, you hear it being
Mm-hmm.
released. What you can. There's not much of a smell to it unless you put a lot of garlic and onions and fry it. Then there's not much smell to it. Have you ever smelled a mango, especially from India? Have you been to India, by the way?
Yes, yes, I have been there twice. Yes, the aroma
Have
is
you-
amazing. But actually, the best mango I have ever eaten, it's Japanese mango.
Well, I've got to try this. I
Yes.
will not leave the earth until I have tried this. What is the mango season there? When is it?
So from July to I think up to maybe September. Yeah, July, September. But so we have Okinawa mango. Okinawa is the South Island of Japan, and Miyazaki mango. But Miyazaki mango is the by far the best mango we have ever eaten. It's expensive, but it smells I mean, it's it's very intense. The aroma is you cannot describe it. I've never found it anywhere else.
Have you eaten a durian?
Yes. Hmm.
What do you think of the durian?
Oh, I love it. But you just have to find the good one, because when I know I've been to Thailand quite a few times, and
Ah,
if you get the so-so one, it's quite disgusting. But yeah, I don't
the
eat it too
smell.
much. Yeah, the smell is a bit too overpowering. But yeah, it's like when you get the really good one, it really tastes like custard.
And what right now would you say are your favorite meals? Like for breakfast, what do you really, 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 really look forward to if you eat breakfast, or do you do it a little fasting and wait for later on to eat?
I eat whenever I want, but I try to finish eating by 6 or 7 p.m. the latest, because I tend to sleep better that way. But during the day, I don't limit. So I wake up in the morning. Usually I drink 2, 3 glasses of water with lemon juice. And depending on the season, like Doreet, I usually eat seasonally. So during this winter period, I tend to do smoothies with greens. And in summertime, I would eat like melon or watermelon or whatever, the peaches. Pears in Japan is this really amazing, so juicy and so aromatic, and yes. So then after that, I love chia parfait. It's funny because one of your contribution to it in your book, I haven't looked into the recipe yet, but it seems very close to what I love, which I put in my in my book. Not one of the 9 recipe that I have contributed in my book. It's chia berry parfait, and that I love it. I eat it every single day. My husband love it. We've been eating it for so long, and we never get bored of it. And then also walnut pate is our favorite. So that's something that we eat. We just changed a little bit of spices, but those are the two basic recipe dishes that we eat every single day. And also, those are the very popular dish at my cafe.
Yeah, that's wonderful that you just mentioned your cafe, because that's my next question to you. Tell us about this cafe.
Yeah, so I just open my raw vegan cafe once a week, just in the Tuesday afternoon, in a community center or community center that they asked me. Well, they wanted someone to use their space because they just renovated their kitchen, and I said, well, I can do raw vegan cafe once a week, and let's see how it goes. And I've started in January, and it's been amazing. A lot of people came to my cafe, and most people are not aware at all of what raw vegan food is. But they say, wow, this tastes amazing. It looks so good. I've never eaten anything like this. And they all pretty much report back to me saying that, oh my God, my digestion was crazy. I felt so light. And you know how it goes with lots of fibers with healthy food like this.
Now, does your husband eat the same way too? Because
So
he's
he's
French.
Yes, he's French. He is vegan. We are both vegan, but he's not fully raw. Well, but he eats whatever I prepare. So he's high raw by uh,
Default, by default.
exactly right.
Oh, this is wonderful. So we just have a few more minutes left. And now, could you tell me something that really you would like the visitors to the show, to the audience, to know why it is that sometimes in life, the only way to go is back to nature? Why is nature really the true healer for you?
Why is it? That's a very good question. I just love being in nature, and I feel when I look, my husband and I, we go hiking quite often because we live in the mountain actually. And when I look at nature, I just feel like everything is perfect. Everything is so beautifully designed, and we are part of nature, right? We are an animal just like any others, and our hands, our teeth, the shape of our teeth, it's all designed to pick fruits and vegetables, not a living creature, that we need certain materials to do so. And yeah, it just, to me, it just makes sense. It's just so logic to me when I look at nature. So I follow that.
And is there a specific reason why you decided to open the cafe?
I've been asked many times to open my cafe. I love sharing my food, so I've been sharing my food for the longest time. And they always say, my friends always say, "Oh, Kiko, you should open your cafe. I would totally, be your regular. It's so good." But I just felt that it's just too much work. And I have been traveling quite a bit, so I didn't want it to be in the same place all the time. But just this year, actually starting last year, this cafe has been looking for someone to use their space. So it came out as, helping them and also showing my love of raw vegan lifestyle.
And what day of the week is it open and what are the hours?
For now, it's Tuesday afternoon from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. But usually open from, sometimes I open from 1 p.m., but 3 to 6. And today, actually, it's my friend's birthday, so it's going to be a long hours. But yeah, usually from Tuesday, 3 to 6 p.m.
So, Kyoko, Miwa is one of the contributors to the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. And we're inviting you to have a look at this and to actually find out for yourself what it is exactly that might be the most appealing to you to try. If you've never tried raw vegan, we're just giving you a quick tour here of all the many things that you can try and all the many things that open up to you. So most people think that, oh, if I go raw vegan, my diet will be very limited. What would you say to that, and how would you respond to that question?
Yeah, get the bundle, the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. Every year, it's a brand new content. No one has released it, and this is really one of the connecting dots. When I started my raw vegan journey, this was 20 years ago, and there wasn't such a thing like this. And I'm really pleased with the contents. I'm quite impressed with each one's contribution. And once you buy this, just $50, which with the if you were to buy individually, it would be close to 1,400 US dollar. And but this one is low fat, mostly fruit based food recipes and journey. So definitely get this bundle, which would help you, and the whole entire year you will be set. So
Yes, so it also has yoga classes and it's pretty thorough. It's really about a lifestyle change. The only problem is that it's only available until the 11th of May. So if somebody wants to get the bundle through your site, how do they do it? You
So
have
they
a
can
link.
just go to, yeah, they can just go to my Instagram, Nama NAMA dot TO dot Hakko, HAKKO.
Wonderful. And so just a quick reminder to everyone, this is all the some of the many things you get in the bundle. You get much more than this. This is there's one book, one recipe book, that's a group recipe book. This is my contribution, which is taros taro chips with a creamy chipotle lime sauce. We've got sushi. We've got beautiful works of art there. We've got even pizza, soups galore. If you're a soup person, you think you'll miss your soup. We've got desserts. We've got Chinese takeout, all uncooked. We've got a lot of sushi, a lot of sushi. And we have this one wonderful book, which is yours. So just quickly let people know again what they can expect from your book.
So, what they can expect is one's journey, and recipes are amazing. And again, I am a chef at this cafe, and I have been creating my recipe for the longest period of time. But what inspires me is people's story, and I wanted to share what I have gone through so that perhaps you can relate to yourself and be inspired. So I hope to inspire you and many others that it's easy, fun, and delicious.
Yay! So this has been really a pleasure having you here with me here today on the Being Healthy live stream podcast. And could you let people know if they wish to contact you, how might they do this?
Oh, the easiest place will be Instagram, Namadō, NAMA. Yeah, so I think if you type, maybe would it be shared in the link or?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, I will share it at the bottom of the actual video for you all, so you can get it from there as well. But do go to her Instagram, and so you have to Kiko, and then how do you what's the name that you like to go by?
Oh, Kiko. Kiko
Just
is fine.
Kiko.
Yes, Kiko.
Wonderful. Excellent. Excellent. So thanks for watching, everyone. I trust that you will really enjoy the bundle. And just remember, you're getting so many recipes. Do you remember how many there are altogether, Kiko?
The recipe, well, just one book, sushi book has 160 recipes, right? So I didn't count, yeah, I didn't count all, but it's you have enough for whole entire year for sure.
Yeah, this is a deal that we'll never ever repeat again, but it's only available until the 11th, and you can get it from the link that you see here, or go straight to Kiko's actual Instagram page, and I will also put her link in the actual video below after the live. So, what piece of advice would you like to give to somebody if they say you're crazy, you too, eating this way? What is wrong with you? Well, something was wrong with us first. That's why we eat this way now. What would you say is the best thing about your life now?
Best thing, everything is great. Everything is so fantastic. When mm, when people, I'm sure most people think that I'm crazy, but who cares? I have an most amazing life. I wake up in the morning singing and grateful for every day, every single moment. And if I don't eat this way, I would not have that Kiko. So, you know, do my thing. Other people have their own thing, and yeah.
So we have a comment here from Alyssa B. Hi, Alyssa. Great to see you here. And she says, wow. So Alyssa, um, her mother's Japanese. She's actually in the United States, and she's taking care of her mother right now. And she makes raw vegan cheeses, the most incredible raw vegan cheeses. So I'm sure you'll be hearing from her and seeing, I'm sure she'll be joining your Instagram as well. And Alyssa is just one of the most beautiful people that I ever met. And she's now exploring her Japanese heritage, especially the samurai heritage.
Oh.
Very much. She's into that right now. So you might be hearing from her, and I'm sure she'll be on your Instagram.
Oh,
Thanks
I
for
would love to connect. Thank you.
So, Alyssa, please, I'm going to put the links below afterwards, Alyssa, after the live stream. I'll put her links below. So please make sure that you go there as well. Thank you so much. I am so grateful that you were here, coming here today, and that you have blessed us with your absolutely delightful presence.
Thank you. That's so sweet. It has been an honor. Thank you, Dorit, and everyone for joining.
Thank you very, very much. And everyone, go. Here is the link below to go, and we will put it also in the actual information below.